congratulations on being back and having such a big impact. So I did a little bit of math. It's not my major, but I think you guys in one game were only 18 yards shy of the entire tight ends room, all of last season combined. So, obviously this was not like missing from Shannon Dawson's offense. What changed in the tight ends room year over year that it's now such a big part of the offense?
Uh, Honestly, I think just everybody having trust in us and just not worrying. We didn't really worry about stats. We're just kind of out there playing football, and we happened to get them. Uh, but I think our whole offense, our whole team did a good job on Saturday, just taking care of business.
Next, we'll go to Adam Lichtenstein of the Sun Sentinel. Adam.
Hey Elijah, how are you?
Good, and you?
Good, good. So between you and Cam McCormick, obviously you've both been through a ton injury wise. Fought to get back onto the field. So you having a big game, him getting that early touchdown, just what did that mean for you guys?
Well, when he got the first touchdown of the game, I was so excited for him. He's such a great dude. He's been through a lot, and just I was just genuinely happy for him. Um, for me having a good game, honestly, I was just out there playing football, so I didn't really phase me. I was just trying to win the game.
And then also, it seems like, just going back and watching and looking at some of like the stats and stuff, seems like you lined up just about everywhere, H-back, inline, out wide a little bit, basically everywhere but quarterback. Just how do you like that kind of versatility in the offense, kind of moving around like that?
It was great. I love being able to move around, anywhere on the field. I know Coach Dawson's going to put me in a position to succeed every play. So, yeah.
Our next question comes from Jordan McPherson of the Miami Herald. Jordan.
Hey there, Elijah. I wanted to ask you about Elijah Lofton. Had a few catches, seemed to make an impact in the little bit of time he was on the field. Just your thoughts on how he did as a true freshman in his first game in an environment like that?
I think he did really well. He did a good job, preparing last week for Saturday. Came in, he didn't really didn't let the fans or, any of the outside noise affect him. And he went out and did his job, took advantage of his opportunities.
Next, we'll go to Luke Cheney of 247. Luke.
Hey Elijah, how are you, man?
Good.
Good, man. So I know you're still in the midst of prep and whatnot, but just, through watching film so far this week, has anything really stood out to you about Florida A&M's defense?
I mean, they're a great team. They were conference champions last year. They're coming off a 2-0 streak. So we just gotta, treat it like, any other game. We gotta go out there and ball out on Saturday.
Our next question comes from Marcus Benjamin at Canes County. Marcus.
Hey Elijah, just kind of wanted to ask about just your connection with Cam Ward, especially when he's scrambling around. What's it like to really just be a pass catcher for him, where you always kind of constantly watch what he's doing when he's scrambling around?
It's really fun. As soon as he gets out that pocket, we just start playing backyard football, and yeah, you see how it's been going.
So obviously, that was the first week you guys were using the in-helmet communication. Just wanted to check in. I know we asked you about it last week. Just how did that go? How did you like it?
I mean, it was good. There was no problems. I mean, there's a couple plays there that it's kind of static, but we kind of fought through it. We worked it through practice, so I think everything was pretty fine. The communication on the line and the back end was good, so I think overall it was a good addition.
Our next question comes from Jordan McPherson of the Miami Herald. Jordan.
Hey there, Kiko. Just wanted to get your thoughts on how the defense did against Florida, especially losing Ruben Bang and Damari Brown early. Just how you guys did, and what you guys think is the next step for you guys.
I think that's why this defense is so special, because we got a lot of guys, a lot of depth. We got TB that stepped up to the plate. And you got, Elijah Austin. So, I think everybody did their job. Everybody on the D-line, on the defensive side, I think the back end kind of proved a lot to to a lot of people, and overall we did great. I mean communication was on point, and we worked it throughout practice, and what we saw on the field is what we practiced. So I think everybody kind of had anticipated what kind of plays they were running, so it was good.
Next, we'll go to Matt Shodell at CaneSport. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, I was wondering, obviously you have such a great first game. So I was hoping you could sort of talk about how you guys sort of stay focused on the task at hand. And then also if you could talk about maybe, is there a difference in just the overall mentality of the defense this year as well? Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, there's no like we treat every single game like it's the championship. We attack every single we attack FAMU like you're playing Florida. So I think every game, every practice, we're gonna just keep it on another notch. I think this whole team has the mindset to reset and get ready to go for another week. The job is not done, and there's still a lot of work to do and a lot of people to prove. So I think everybody's in them, getting ready, and everybody's in the right mindset to attack this week, just like it's any other big game.
And then also, can you? Sorry, Josh.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I know. I have the two-parter. I probably shouldn't have. The difference in the defense this year versus last year. Can you talk about that? Is there a different feeling around this defensive unit?
Yeah, I mean, I think this defense, there's a lot of depth. You can tell on the defensive line side. I think that's the biggest part of us winning games is the game is won on the trenches. And these guys have been putting in a lot of work. And these guys just, doing their job at the best of their abilities. So I think that's the biggest difference from this year to last year is just a lot of guys are like big and strong. People are the back end is a lot faster and very aggressive on the breaking on the routes. So I think this defense is, has a lot in the package. So yeah.
Next, we'll go to Azubi Charles at CaneSport. Azubi.
Hold on, Kiko. Just wanted to ask you, how big is it just having Lance Guidry for the second year and knowing what he wants from the defense, knowing his play calls and just, things like that?
Yeah, I think it's a big it's a big addition for this defense and for this program for this year because, Lance Guidry is he's a mastermind. He knows how to adjust, and when something goes wrong, he'll get back on we got iPads now, so we get back on it and we just, he just got an answer for it. So I think he's been a big part of, really big part of the success of the defense. And he knows where to play guys. So I think he's a really, really good addition for this year. And, for us as defense to play fast, we have a familiarity with the defense because he was here last year. So I love it.
We'll do a few more for Kiko. We'll go back to Adam, the Sun Sentinel. Adam.
Hey again. You talked about FAMU a little bit and staying focused and stuff. Just what have you seen from their offense on film?
Yeah, I mean, they got some players too. I think the quarterback is pretty good. He'll make some plays on running the ball. So he's very he loves to get out of the pocket. He makes plays out of the pocket. So we're all preparing for that. The run game is pretty good, so everything is, they look solid. So we're never treating anybody lightly, and we're just gonna attack it like it's a big game. So this defense is ready for it.
And also, I mean, there's a lot of positive energy around the team right now. You guys were celebrating with the fans on Saturday. Just what are you hoping to see and hear from them, in the home opener this week?
Yeah, I mean the same story last week. We're expecting to get out of the with the dub and move on to our next opponent. But our main focus for this week is them and just getting the win. So, yeah.
We'll wrap up for Kiko with Daryl Streeter of Footballville. Daryl.
Kiko, how you doing?
Good, you?
I'm all right. Florida quarterback Grammer said he didn't know who you were previously before that game. Did you get a chance to say anything to him or introduce yourself?
Yeah, I kind of introduced myself in the most polite way. So I hope he knew my name after the game, but I think he does now. Hoping the best for him. Best of luck for him.
All
So
right, thanks.
I can't remember if I asked you about this on Saturday or not, but after playing next to Jaden Harris on Saturday, watching film and everything, he got named ACC Defensive Player or Defensive Back of the Week. Just what did you think of his performance in his first big start with the team?
well, first off, well deserved. He had a really good game. Should have had 2 interceptions, but came down with 1. Had some TFLs, some really good tackles. Had overall really good coverage. I think this just goes into his preparation. I think the way that he prepares, week in and week out. I'm just happy that he got to, I guess, put on this type of performance that he did, and the way they did it, and for us to win the way we did, and in such a hostile environment like the Swamp. So I'm just really happy for him, and I know he's now building off of that week. He's coming into this week, even more hungry than he was before.
Next, we'll go to Zuby Charles at Kane Sport. Zuby.
What's going on, Mitch? Just wanted to ask about, your performance. You had that big interception, almost took it back to the crib. Just talk about that game for you and just what was going through your mind when you were running down that sideline.
Right. I would just say, when it came to that play, that's a look that they have shown, recently in a few games last year. And, Graham Mercer is a really good quarterback. He's good at looking off safety. So I was holding true to my post, and he ended up throwing me one. And I was trying to break, I broke a tackle, and the running back, I should have cut back on the running back. So people are kind of getting on me about that right now, how I don't got a juke move. So I'm going to have to for sure make another statement.
Next, we'll go to Jordan McPherson of the Miami Herald. Jordan, go ahead.
Hey there, Mish. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Wanted to ask, Ruben Bain goes down first drive. Damari Brown goes down during the first half. Defense still basically does exactly what it needs to do. What does it say about your guys' depth, your guys' resiliency? You guys are able to not have that much of a drop off despite having 2 starters go down early?
Right. I would just say the biggest thing was, not flinching. And just like you said, we have depth. This is a team that I've talked about before, that we have depth from the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s. We have guys that you guys haven't really talked about yet that they're going to show up this year on tape, and they're going to ball out. There's already guys that but there's guys that, are behind, the starters right now that are going to show up. And that just shows the preparation that we have all through our depth chart. Our 1s and 2s, 3s, we all prepare the same. We all prepare that we're going to start, and we all prepare that we're going to make big plays. And I think when you have a whole defense that's able to do that, guys can go down, to some injury, and there won't be any drop off. So I'll just say that's a credit to, our mindset when it comes to the defense.
And if I can follow up really quick, who are some of those guys that we may not have seen yet that you think are gonna bust out this year?
I'll say one is OJ. I would have said Jaden Harris, but now everybody knows about Jaden Harris. Popo, he's a really good linebacker. He's gonna pop. Guys on the D line, Justin Scott, Josh Gordon, Jay Rich, Jadis Richard. You guys know about them, but those are just some underclassmen guys. Bobby Pruitt. These are guys. Zaquan Patterson. These are guys that you're going to see, pretty soon, make some really big plays and key plays for us.
Our next question comes from Matt Stradell at Kane Sport. Matt.
All right. Hey, Mish. So you sort of know what the hype machine is like after your experience last year at Washington. Miami fans maybe haven't been part of the hype machine for a little while here. How were you able to keep and that Washington team, keep them so centered all season long? And is it a tough challenge? And how do you think that'll play out at Miami in terms of making sure every game is just that week's game?
Well, I would say I think we're doing just what you talked about here at Miami. Right now we're really focused on FAMU. It's a really good team, and we're treating every game like it's a national championship game. It doesn't matter who we play. And, what we put on film on Saturday, we weren't surprised by it. Yes, we celebrated a win, but we weren't surprised. We knew the type of preparation, the mindset we had going into that game. So I think the outsiders may have been surprised because, they didn't know who was going to win, but we weren't shocked at all in terms of the outcome of that game. So we just put our head down, we've put the tape away, and now we're getting ready for FAMU, who's a really good team.
Next, we'll go to Marcus Benjamin in Keynes County. Marcus.
Hey, Mish, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Just wanted to ask about OJ, man. It's not often that a true freshman gets a start in a season opener. What have you seen from him throughout camp, and what did you see from him in the game as well?
I would say just the biggest thing is his confidence. I think he's 18, 19 years old. I think coming to college that confident,
especially when you're out on that island playing corner. I think, it's some guy that takes 5 years to get to that. And, special guys like him takes, as soon as he gets on campus, that's just a mindset that he has. And, his ability to take coaching, Coach Jackson holds him to a high standard as well as we all do. And he's able to, even if something bad happens, he's able to bounce back and recover. And just in regards to the game, he played really well, had a really clean game, really good coverage. And, he was just dialed in, making sure he's good. He's checking on me, making sure I'm good. And that's just something that you want in the defensive backroom, being able to check on each other during the play, being able to over communicate. And he fits right in. He doesn't play like a freshman. He plays like a dude he's been here for a while. And that's something that you want on the type of team that we have.
We'll do a few more for Mish. Next, we'll go to Daryl Streeter of Footballville. Daryl.
Mish, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. So Jaden Harris with ACC DB of the week. He got an interception, but when you guys in the locker room, do you guys give him credit for a full interception or y'all give?
No, we say that's a full interception. Shout out to Simeon Barrow. He got had a really good pass rush move and made their quarterback have an off throw. But that's Jaden Harris's interception. That's how that's definitely his. He got his first one. I'm definitely happy for him. I know he's looking forward to getting
more. Next, we'll go to Luke Cheney of 247. Luke.
Hey, Mish, how's it going, man?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. So, after finally playing your first live game in a Miami uniform, just what are some things that you really like about Lance Guidry's defense?
I would just say, he's just a genius. He's able to, make certain calls and certain plays, and they, line up with what the offense is going to do. So he's putting us in, good positions every single play. And he's also, explaining why we do what we do. He doesn't just say we're going to call this. Before the play is called, sometimes me and Jaden, we kind of see a look and we're like, ooh, this would be a good call. And then he ends up calling it. That's just, Coach Guidry in the film room explaining, why he's calling these calls for these certain looks that he gets. Just so me and Jay and the whole defense, but, Coach Guidry's with us. He's our safeties coach. Just to make sure that, we're all dialed in. And as the quarterbacks of the defense, we're understanding what's going on and why he's calling it. So I just think him being able to break down the reasoning behind it is probably the biggest thing, and it makes it easier for us because we understand, not only what we're doing, but why we're doing it.
We'll wrap up for Mish with Adam Lick, Sun Sentinel. Adam.
Hey again. So you kind of touched on this in an earlier question, but obviously there's a lot of positive energy around the program right now. You guys got to celebrate with the fans after the game on Saturday. Home opener coming up this week. Just what do you hope to, see and hear from the fans this weekend?
I hope they pack Hard Rock. This will be the first game this year in Hard Rock. We're going against a really good opponent, and FAMU, they won 13 games, for a reason. They got some really good players, got a really good quarterback, got some dudes on the outside, got some good guys, running backs, and my goal is just, to go in and do our job and just continue to build off what we've been doing, continue to just do what we do, honestly. Yeah. Hopefully they pack Hard Rock. So for all the fans, I'd love to see a sold-out game for sure for our first home opener.